Hi there, I'm Lance Beaudry from Avalanche Creative, and today I've got another landscaping website teardown. I'm just going to go through the home page of Vintage Landscaping here. They're out of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and I'm just going to kind of, in the nicest way possible, attack their website, tell them what they could be doing to generate more visibility online and generate more opportunities for their business. So first of all, big walls of text like this, when you enter a site like that, not ideal. Probably want a little less copy than what is here. This isn't too bad, although I think you really got to be nitpicky. And like Vintage Landscaping, the logo's already up here. You don't need to say your name once again. It's just taking up time and space. People are going to read that H1, that header, right away because it's the biggest. It's what your eye just kind of gravitates to. So to get that out of there, the name doesn't need to be in there. And this is an okay title. I think you could rework it a little bit. Going from there, again, it's a lot more words. I do like that there's some personality here. We do talk about the founders, and there's a link to learn more about them. That's very honest and transparent and adds a little bit of personality. If you're going to do that here, though, I'd add a picture. Show their faces, show them, working hard. Again, that just adds a little bit of personality and it removes a little bit of that mystery that people have. Like, who is this company? Why should I work with them? Why should I trust them? What business do they have? Getting my business. Our services. This section is fine. I think this is pretty solid. It's a simple little grid, kind of breaking down their core services here. I do like that there's not a lot of copy here. You've got the bullet points. What would be more ideal is if this linked to more information about these services, because there's going to be some people who are like, oh great, you do landscape design. I'm interested in just exploring the rest of the site, finding out if you do a decent job of that, and I don't need to know anymore. But there's a lot of people who really just want to dig in. They're like, yeah, landscape design, I need to know more about that, and I don't have that option here, so that's not good. Going down the page here, love to see clarity, especially on the home page, of who you serve, like where you serve. Again, though, I think there are ways of displaying this that would be a lot easier on the eye, and it would be a lot faster for someone to get that validation that they need, that you do in fact serve their area. So even just putting these in alphabetical order in columns over here, create a map that just has like a visual of the entire service area in Lancaster County, and most people are going to recognize, like, oh, I live within that circle. So it's that quick validation, like, oh yeah, you guys serve me, that's good, I'm in the right place. And they need that validation. Always good to see customer reviews. I might even move this up a little bit earlier. I've not seen this trust index thing, but it's kind of interesting. I do like that it just gives a little bit more validity to it, although I would say it's not necessary, just because these are Google reviews, and I think you can, it looks like, well, this is just for writing review, but it looks like you could go and validate that these are in fact real. Of course, gotta have a strong showcase to show off your work. Before and afters are a little bit more tangible, a little bit easier to digest for people, because I look at some of this and I'm like, okay, that looks fine, but what did it look like before? This isn't like blowing me away with what was done, but when you get that before, then it's a little bit easier to contrast and compare and understand what you're looking at. Next here, services. So this is one that I say all the time in these website teardowns. Of course, it's great to have a main services page, but the big issues I see here right away are that there are not specific pages for these specific services. So just using hardscaping solutions as an example, I know from all of the research that we've done, that people anywhere across the country, if they're looking for, as an example, patio construction, they will search patio construction company services near me, the actual name of the city they're in, all kinds of variations like that. And when that happens, Google is going to look for relevancy and trust. And relevancy first is like, hey, we need a page, on the internet that is about patio construction services or a company and is in this person's area. They serve them. And just as a way of showing you, I searched patio construction Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and they are not showing up. And what is showing up first? Well, pages that are actually dedicated to patio walkways. So you have earth, turf, and wood here as an example. They're number one on this search, and that is a page that's all about patios and walkways design. So it better matches the intention. Google isn't going to show this vintage services page when somebody searches for patio construction, because it's not just about patio construction, and it says very little about patio construction other than the fact that vintage offers it. So if I were vintage, this is kind of where I'd start, is create some really, really strong service pages, and start with your highest priority ones, the ones you want more of. Go through those, build them out over time, and remember to treat pages on the internet kind of like your landscaping. They overgrow, they get weeds. There's always room for opportunity improvement to make them better and more effective. And you do that, you're going to generate more qualified traffic and get more phone calls, more people to contact you and say, hey, I'm interested in your services. If you have any other questions, you want us to do a teardown, even a private teardown like this of your website, happy to do it. We love it. We love to help people, even if they're not going to work with us. So feel free to reach out, Lance at avalanchegr.com.